Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DAMIA from Sekolah Menengah Islam AL-AMIN GOMBAK. Today, I am honored to speak on a theme that is deeply significant to our lives as Muslims, which is building the character of a Muslim. What does being a good Muslim mean? To me, it means looking after the internal and external aspects of my life. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, once said, a good Muslim does good deeds, even when he is alone without anybody to witness his deeds. How does one reach this level of taqwa in one's heart? Our entire lives, we are dependent on Allah for our sight, hearing, speech, feelings, and a million other little things that we take for granted, which are all a micromanaged process that allows us to function only because Allah wills it so. How mind-boggling is that? So our lives as an ideal and perfect Muslim should be one where we are thankful to our Creator with every breath we take. How does one even start on this path to reach the goal of being a good Muslim? Is it even possible in this day and age where temptations to evil are cloaked and disguised to lead us astray? In our journey through life, there will be many times where we will be tested, and a strong character as a Muslim is required to get us through these hardships. How does one build a strong core? I will elaborate on 4 key points stated by Imam Hassan al-Banna: possessing a solid character, acquiring broad knowledge, struggling against worldly desires, and being beneficial to others. These aspects shall guide our actions and interactions with the people and the world around us. First and foremost, having a solid character is the cornerstone of being a true Muslim. The object of a good character is to disconnect the heart from worldly attachments as well as desires and directing all of its love towards Allah. You may ask, how do we even go on about building a good character? Who shall we use as a reference to guide us? Well, Prophet Muhammad, of course, one of the greatest human beings to walk the earth, and is the best example of compassion and kindness. The other virtues he possesses are many, such as modesty, humility, generosity, patience, and the list goes on. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said himself that the best among you are those who have the best manners and character. To build such a character in ourselves, we must first start by making sure that each of our actions are sincere, and we must be consistent in our actions in order for our efforts to bear fruit. Why should we practice good manners? In the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah said that you shall serve none but Allah and do good to parents, kinsmen, orphans, and the needy. Let's take a story from the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as an example. One day, a woman from the Quraysh tribe came to the Prophet and threw trash and insults at him. This happened quite a number of times, but no matter what she did to the Prophet never responded with anger. On one particular day, the Prophet caught news that she had gotten ill and went to visit her. Despite her previous treatment of him, the Prophet showed her kindness and compassion. This story shows just how the Prophet has extraordinary patience and forgiveness. He did not let her past behavior dictate his response, showing that strong character includes the ability to rise above personal grievances. By making Prophet Muhammad as our role model and by practicing these traits will influence our commitments and actions as a Muslim. No matter who we are interacting with, be it parents, friends, or strangers, our mannerisms and character should always shine through. The second key characteristic of a good Muslim is being knowledgeable. Seeking knowledge is the responsibility of every Muslim. In a hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, whoever takes a path upon which to obtain knowledge, Allah shall make the path to paradise easier for him. Islam encourages us to broaden our vision and pursue both religious and worldly knowledge. In order to properly understand our religion and make a positive impact on society, we must equip ourselves with knowledge. We as humans are far from perfect, and we will always make mistakes. But with knowledge as our weapon, our shield, and our tool, we will be able to learn from our mistakes and become a better us in the future. Knowledge empowers us to make better choices, improve efficiency, and allows us to improve every day and help us on our journey through life and to reach paradise in the hereafter. The third aspect in becoming a good Muslim is to struggle against worldly desires. In the world today, we are constantly tested with temptations that may stray us from the path to becoming a good Muslim. The question is, exactly how do we resist these temptations and remain on the straight path? How do we conquer our desires before they conquer us? The key is having self-control and self-discipline. Knowing how to stay disciplined is extremely essential to not lose our way. Self-control and discipline includes controlling our anger, avoiding sinful behavior, and committing to ourselves to prayers as well as other acts of worship. Controlling our desires will help us stay focused on our guide and avoid actions that may displease Allah. Moreover, if you think about it, there is not a single human being that has found absolute satisfaction in seeking worldly desires. Fast cars, going to parties, or gaining fame, none of these bring absolute satisfaction. It is an empirical fact that people who drown themselves in worldly desires are the most desperate, empty, and lost, compared to religious people who are happy and content, as we are only seeking the path to gain Allah's blessing and mercy and not seeking things like gaining recognition or attention from others. Lastly, a true Muslim is beneficial to others. It is one of the principles of our faith to help our fellow human beings. In accordance with the role of our role model, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that the best of humans are those who are most beneficial to others. Islam calls us to be generous, helpful, and kind. This goes beyond charity. It's about bringing a positive impact with every interaction. How exactly do we bring benefit to others? We may do so by sharpening our skills with the intention of helping those in need. Personally, I find joy in being able to help people with my skills and knowledge. For instance, I am particularly good at history and maths, and I often help my friends who may have a hard time with it. Seeing them succeed and knowing that I played a part in their success brings me great satisfaction. These actions strengthen our bonds whilst also creating a supportive and positive environment. By making a positive impact on people, we will be fulfilling our duty as Muslims. Helping others not only strengthens our bonds with others, but also brings us closer to Allah. In conclusion, the path to becoming a good Muslim is certainly not easy, but if we remain steadfast and continue along the straight path, our efforts shall certainly bear fruit. By cultivating a solid character, acquiring broad knowledge, struggling against worldly desires, and being beneficial to others, we can lead a life that is pleasing to Allah and be beneficial to society. Let us strive to implement these traits deep inside ourselves and inspire others to do the same. Keep in mind that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A man's true wealth is the good he does in this world." Whatever hardships we go through in this life, whilst going down the path of being a good Muslim, won't ever be for naught. We will certainly be able to reap rewards in the hereafter if we remain sincere and committed in our actions. May Allah guide us on this noble path and grant us success in this life and the hereafter. Ameen. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.